You're listening to Hear the Chew Bubblegum, recorded from a secret location in the city that moves mountains.
Greetings.
We come in peace.
How's it going today, Cronkite?
Pretty good.
Good. Another day, another dollar?
Another day, another dollar. I'm still a little snotty.
Really? It's been over a week, man. Summertime, you're going to have to go see a doctor and get rid of it.
Listen, since I moved back to this area, it has been, like, the allergies have killed me.
Wah.
Well, I'm just telling you, wondering why I sound like a booger. That's why.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
What are you doing on July 31st?
I don't know. I don't have any plans, I don't think.
Well, you're hanging out with me. I know that.
Okay. Yes.
We're going to be at the Pikeville Comic and Toy Con.
Yes, we are.
So that's going to be held on the July 31st at the Appalachian Wireless Arena. You can reach their website, pikevillecomiccon.net. They also have a Facebook page, or contact the eStore Comic and Tech Shop on Facebook, or you can call 606-263-4946 for more information.
Wow. Yes, I'm definitely going to be there. Definitely looking forward to that as well.
Yeah,
we're going to have a good time, going to meet fans, going to, what are we going to have for lunch that day?
I don't know. I'd say whatever's being cooked, probably popcorn.
Well, yeah, we can have that, or we can have somebody go out and make a food run for us.
We could.
We definitely need to do that. I also think Elliot and the Spooky family are going to be there as well.
That's exciting.
Very exciting.
I'm very pumped for all of that. The
Potent?
Pumped for all of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Potent?
Got you.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
I like Comic-Con, the Comic and Toy Con here in Pikeville that they have.
Me too.
It's very cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that because we're going to be walking around. We're talking to people. We're
Yes,
doing
we are.
A couple shows.
Yes.
And I'm sure,
we're going to be doing shows right from our booth.
We are. And, like I said, we're going to also hopefully take some video. We can put that up on our YouTube page.
Yes, we will. We will definitely do that. Probably what we'll do is we'll have our booth and we'll have all of our stuff set up, and we'll have a microphone standing by that we'll keep, on mute and turn down and stuff till somebody comes by, and, we can turn them up and talk to them right there.
That could be dangerous.
Well, so. What was that?
That's my redneck call.
Oh, okay.
Hey, oh, come back, you gone.
Yeah.
I went down there and I seen that thing and it scared me. It was up in the sky. It scared me real good.
It was a Ford Ranger.
There was a Snickers bar. I was looking for a Snickers and a Dr. Pepper, and I come down there and there was a one of them satellite dishes hanging over top of the Gulf station.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about there, buddy.
This is gonna be a fun time. I can't wait.
Oh, we're going to have a blast down there. We don't have any listener email this week because we, like we said last week, we're pre-recording shows in advance, which we normally don't do. We don't make a habit out of it. Usually, we record the show during the day and you hear it that evening. The radio shows are recorded, a few days in advance.
Yeah.
Just for technical reasons.
Well, the bunker is so far underground that we can't do live shows.
Yes, and that damn fly is still alive in the bunker after a week. I wish it would die already.
I think it's a different one.
Quit letting the flies in.
I tattooed the first one. This one's not going to tattoo on it.
How did you hold it down and tattoo it?
Well, don't worry about that. I chloroformed it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
I just drew a smiley face on it. It's wings.
Well, hey, that would definitely work.
It's a joke. Don't come after me, Peter.
Understand that you've got something you want to tell us about there, correct?
What kind of something are you talking about? I've got two things.
You tell us about whatever you want to tell us about.
Well, it's been a while since we've done a Bigfoot thing.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about a Bigfoot story.
Okay. Now, you know what you get if you have more than one Bigfoot together, right?
Big feet.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yep.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I have a Bigfoot story, and then also in my folder
catalog.
My catalog. I have a story about the Yucca. I'm saying it's Yucca, the Yucca Man, which is similar to Bigfoot.
Yucca Man. Okay, got you.
Desert. So we might cover that on a different show.
Okay, or we should have time for that today.
Well, I mean, like I said, I just printed off a bunch of stuff.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
If we don't have time, we got it for another show.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha. Sounds good to me.
So following the footsteps of a North Carolina legend, they'll lead to dead ends, revealing more questions than answers in a mystery that has stumped even naysayers for centuries. The search for Sasquatch. That quest for clues often takes Bigfoot enthusiasts to Montgomery County, nestled in the wilderness, is an outlier on the outskirts of civilization, the El Dorado Outpost. Step inside this local fixture, and a visitor will find you. Or you will find a visitor. Step inside this local fixture, and a visitor will find anything an adventurer needs, and a need to know the truth. I was quite surprised there was a research team in the Ulharry National Forest looking for Bigfoot, said the outpost owner, Chris Cagle. This store is outfitted with Sasquatch souvenirs, from statues to bumper stickers to T-shirts. Over the years, we've had several customers who bought their own ideas. Excuse me.
Oh, you're fine. You okay?
Yeah.
Need the Heimlich maneuver?
No, maybe.
You swallowed that fly, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
From statues to bumper stickers to T-shirts, over the years, we've had several customers who brought their own ideas and submitted ideas created from different designs for us, even naming them UW Harry instead of Harry. You Harry.
Okay.
That's because the outpost is in Bigfoot country. So, of course, they're going to cash in on it.
Correct. That was a good one.
Sorry, it's daggone sinuses.
You're totally fine. And
sinuses.
You think I'm going to edit that?
No.
No, I'm not. You're exactly right.
So people are just going to hear me go.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Yes, it is.
Stop doing that.
I didn't do it. You did.
Cagle's referring to, after the footage came out, uncertainty certainly put this region of North Carolina on the map. Now, the footage he's talking about, which is now viral, is a squeaky thermal footage appearing to show a big creature peering into a campsite near the outpost. The man who captured it is a self-described avid camper turned Bigfoot investigator. It was the best night of my life, I guess, Michael Green recalled. Green believes he's perfect for the big task of finding Bigfoot. I'll be unabashedly stupid and say, yeah, I really do have the right credentials for this, he admitted. Green has a resume of a realist, Army tank commander, chief welfare fraud investigator for the state of New Jersey, forgery expert, national ski patroller, and certified private pilot. Now, he's a Bigfoot believer. It's like seeing an angel or something. You really have to see it for yourself. And no matter how many times you look it in the eye and say, I saw Bigfoot, you're going to say, yeah, right. Almost every week, Green stops by the outpost to grab Bigfoot bait, a Zagnut bar, and some peanut butter, and sets out to hunt the world's most elusive creature in the more than 50,000 acres of the Ulharry. I know I'm pronouncing this wrong.
Oh, dude, you're totally
Ulharry National Forest.
I was thinking about a Zagnut bar. I've not had one of those in years.
He says that's where he saw him, and Green showed WFMY News 2's Megan Muller's the spot where he had first had the encounter. Next thing I heard was the leaves rustling. 2 seconds later, it was right over my tent. Roar! Roar, he says.
You snorted.
No, I certainly did. And that wasn't nearly as loud as it was. Scared the devil out of me, as you can imagine, Green recalled. And right down there was a Bigfoot walking from right to left. I guess from the measurements comparing it with the trees, it was 7.5 feet or 8 feet tall, and striding with that of a ponderous arm swing he described. But that time his camera wasn't recording. Biggest mistake of my life, really. He came back and camped out every week for a second chance of hard proof. He had help from the Bigfoot Mobile, which is equipped with a cot, monitors, and numerous cameras, both night vision and thermal. Since the Squatches are supposedly sensitive to infrared at night, I use thermal imagers. In 2009, he finally got the video. He says the squeaky thermal, since he believes the creatures like to play with squeaky dog toys. Nearly 3 minutes into his footage, the viewer sees a figure in white appearing to grab Green's candy bar before retreating into the woods. Supposed sightings like this stumped the Montgomery County Senior Wildlife Resources Officer Darby Enoch, who knows these woods. I've had several calls over the past few years of Bigfoot sightings or Sasquatch sightings, but again, no documented evidence. And he has found no footprints, though Green blames that mystery on the forest hard turf. How though does he explain the lack of physical evidence like a Bigfoot body? How many skeletons of mountain lions have you found? Once in a while, you'll see one of a deer, but seldom. Skeletons don't last long in the woods. Nature takes care of things very quickly, and if there aren't many things to take care of like squatches, they can vanish rather quickly. So it sounds like this guy's seen one, or he's just a crackpot.
Do you really believe that there's Bigfoot out there?
Myself?
Yeah.
I would have originally said no.
Okay.
But there are a lot of acres in the forest
that we've not
explored. We have
no
explored.
Clue. Yeah.
That we have no clue what's out there. I mean, it's possible.
One of the things that makes me tend towards leaning that these things do exist is they've been seen all over the world.
They certainly have, yeah.
You know, I mean, they're called different things in different countries, but it's basically a big hairy guy, a big hairy man.
Yeah.
You know, now, if these are some sort of intelligent beings, would the grown ones be interested in dog squeaky toys?
I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean, chimpanzees are probably.
Well, yeah, but I mean, for these to be still unhidden and to hide, that means that they're intelligent.
Right.
Why would the adult ones be interested in a dollar squeaky toy? You know, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, the whole thing doesn't make sense. Why a Zagnut bar?
Those are good. Now I can understand that. You don't like a Zagnut bar?
No, it's not that. I'm saying, why would a creature from the woods come to get a squeaky toy and a Zagnut bar?
I mean, I can understand the Zagnut bar or beef jerky. You know, I can understand that. The squeaky toy, I have no idea. You know, unless they have Littlefoots back home and they're taking the squeaky toy to their Littlefoots. But still, I would feel bad giving a baby Bigfoot a dog's toy.
Why?
I just would. Would you give a human a dog's toy?
Yeah. I would give a baby child a dog toy.
Well, yeah, you probably would.
You take care of them the same.
Do you remember, I think the guy's name's Roger Dyer or Driver or something. That's in 2012, claimed him and his dad shot and killed a Bigfoot, and then he was from Texas, and he went. And he took the Bigfoot body on tour, but he said that the one he took on tour was fake, and he let people see it.
Right.
And, yeah, but then he backed up. He's like, "Oh, this is real," you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that.
What did you think when all that stuff came out?
I was like, well, he obviously wouldn't be allowed to take it on tour if it was real.
What? If he... Why? Why wouldn't he be allowed to take it on tour if it was real?
You mean you tell me that this is a species that has been hunted for generations.
Yes. And he kills one.
But the government scientists aren't going to study this thing. They're just going to let him take it around the country without properly...
just taking it away from him.
Yeah.
Well, that is a very good point. But he publicized that so well, you know. I'm not talking about the point of it being real or fake. He got on YouTube and had so much coverage of that being real that it would probably, you know, ruffle a lot of feathers and burn a lot of bridges if the government did forcefully come in and take something like that. You know, plus he's from Texas. People with Texas don't put up with bullshit.
Could simply just take it and discredit him.
Yeah, but he had you know, I mean, I followed it a little bit back when it first came out. But
or you know what, blow his tire out while he's driving down the road so that you can, while he's there changing the tire, oh, hey, I'm a good Samaritan, chloroform him, drop him down, grab the thing, and go.
And somebody stole my
Bigfoot.
And he claims that is the reason that he had the fake one there.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, because he was afraid somebody would try to take it
or chloroform him. Okay.
Yes. He didn't say chloroform. He said he thought first that if he let people see the real one, that they would maybe damage it or it would get stolen from him. And that's the reason he had a special effects company make the one that he took around, he claims.
What did he do with the original?
He's supposed to still have it originally.
That's so weird.
I guess. I've not looked that story up in
That's so
a
weird.
long time. I think it's very weird. But, there is some really great stories, especially in our area, about Bigfoot that will,
Yeah.
the Patterson tape, the first one, I don't know if that was the first one, but that's the most believable. That's still mind-blowing, so
Right.
because you got to think about how many years ago they filmed that. And technology, costumes, cameras, all that stuff is advanced, but you can't fake what they got on that Patterson film. That was just a matter of being at the right place at the right time, I truly believe.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bigfoots are not really my thing, but
You like Loch Ness Monster?
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't know what's under the water.
No, we don't. And we don't know what's in the forest.
We don't.
We don't know what's in outer space.
We don't.
We don't know what's on the other side of that wall.
I do.
Well, actually, you do, but you don't know what's on the other side at this exact moment. There could be somebody standing out there.
There's not. It's a bunker. There's dirt.
Well,
Maybe some worms.
well, yeah, that definitely makes sense. What's the next story you want to talk about, or do you want to take a break?
We can take a break.
You sure?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Why? Why do you want to take a break?
So I can blow my nose.
Is that really why you want to take a break?
I mean, you heard me snotting and crapping through here.
Oh, my gosh. I want to take a break so I can blow my nose. My name's Cronkite.
I tell you what. Why don't you talk about whatever you want to mute my mic? Let me go blow my nose.
Well, how about we step out and we take a break, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Man lives in the sunlit world of what he believes to be reality. But there is, unseen by most, an underworld, a place that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. A dark side.
Take a lighter look into the darker side of the world. Join Elliot, Gertie, and Beagle as they jump into the dark abyss of hauntings, serial killers, conspiracy plots, and beyond. The Spooky Family Podcast premieres July 1st, wherever you find and listen to quality podcasts.
Greetings.
We come in peace.
The City of Coal Run Village Mayor Andrew Scott and City Commissioners Beverly Joe Osborne, Big Joe Atkins, Trey Deskins, and Mike Steele encourage you to shop local.
With over 200 businesses, the City of Coal Run Village offers games, restaurants, gas, auto parts, cars, and much more.
You'll find all of this and more in the City of Coal Run Village. Shop local and shop often. And welcome back to Here to Chew Bubblegum.
I'm here.
I am too.
I made it.
You feel better?
Yeah.
Blowed your nose, feels a lot better.
I'm blowing my nose, but I'm still real nasally.
I really do hope you get feeling better, man. I hate that you feel bad.
I do too. The only time that I'm not disgustingly snotty.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be fall and winter.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you have said before how much you love and enjoy winter.
That you're putting words into my mouth.
No,
there.
no, I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No.
What exactly did I say about winter?
I think you said, if it's going to be cold, I want it to snow.
Yeah, something to look at.
So
Instead of just death.
why don't you pull your phone up and look at that? You know, they have like video footage of like people living out in cabins filming snow and stuff. Why don't you just look at that? Why do we have to have the real thing around here?
It's not fun to do donuts and snow. It's fun to do donuts in a parking lot
Really?
with no snow.
That is
With
illegal.
snow.
You shouldn't be doing that at all.
Well, I mean, who's going to catch
The
me?
cookie factory employees are not going to tolerate that.
Who's going to catch me? It's fine.
Good luck on not good luck, but congratulations on passing your forklift recertification test.
Yep. I can't wait till it's winter
You
time.
done good. You done
I
good.
can't wait till it's winter time again. I'm going to be doing reverse donuts.
What is that squeaking? Why do you keep playing with that ink pen?
Why are you always? Listen, I have nerve issues. I'm trying to. There's a fly in here.
So
Why didn't you kill that fly?
quit bringing them around. You're like Pigpen on Charlie Brown. I'm just joking, man.
That's terrible.
I'm just joking. No, that's funny.
That's terrible.
No, you're actually grinning. You know that was funny.
Oh my god! What a useless piece of shit.
No. Pigpen on Charlie Brown. That one actually was a pretty good one.
Complete asshole.
No.
Well, if I remember correctly, this fly was in here when I got here.
No, actually it wouldn't.
It was.
Actually, it wouldn't. No. You have something you want to start out this segment with, correct?
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about where this is so new.
Yeah.
Or where it's happened so recently. But I've got 5 conspiracy theories about the Las Vegas shooting. So with investigators getting no closer to finding Paddock's motive, here are a few theories for why exactly this massacre may have happened. 59 lives were lost, with over 400 being injured in the shooting, and thousands have brought forth their own theories about the strange mass homicide. This article is in no way disrespecting the victims of the mass shooting. So, number 1, the shooting was devised by the government, mainly the left wing, to provide a reason for more gun control for the abolishment of gun attainment rights. What do you think about that one?
Gun attainment rights?
Gun attainment rights.
I think it was a tragic event. No, I don't.
Well, see, here's this is what kills me about the gun right thing. It's in your Constitution, second right to bear arms.
Yes.
You are allowed to have a weapon.
Yes, you are.
So they're not coming to take your guns.
No.
Okay. The only people when gun rights BS starts being mentioned on political Capitol Hill or whatever, the only people who benefit from that are the gun manufacturers and the ammunition. That's it. People go out and they bulk buy this stuff.
Yes, they do.
Because they're afraid the prices are going to rise to the roof.
Yes.
They go out and they buy, and then they inadvertently cause the prices to rise to the roof.
And the stuff's hard to find.
Yes.
Ammo and stuff.
And that's 100. That's the conspiracy. That's the real conspiracy here.
Yes, it is.
Is that the only people who are making the money off of all this are the ones that are probably pushing for stronger gun laws.
Yes.
So number 2 was that this was a Muslim terrorist attack carried out by an Islamic convert.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
I don't either. And what's still weird is even to this day there is still there's no motive. Nobody knows why he did it.
He was crazy.
It must have been. So number 3, someone pushed their way to the front row and told concert goers they were all going to die tonight.
Okay, now I hadn't heard about this.
I hadn't heard about this one either.
So,
a Hispanic-looking woman in the concert who pushed her way to the front of the line made a scene and told all the people in line that they were all going to die tonight, 45 minutes before the concert, complicating the claim that this was one-person shooter attack and involved no other parties. An interview with one of the victims confessed that a woman and her boyfriend kept messing with a woman near them, telling her that she was going to die. Security escorted the couple out before they made anyone else unnerved. These 2 people were essentially telling people on the strip that they were going to die, and then shortly after, a mass shooting happens. It's kind of suspicious, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very suspicious.
So number 4, there was more than one shooter in the Las Vegas shooting, proven by cell phone footage provided and analyzed by YouTube user The Red Elephants.
I've not dug into this a whole lot,
Well, I'm just starting.
I've not dug into it any. Let me clarify that.
I'm just starting to dig into it, and this may be a multiple show topic.
Okay.
But another YouTuber user, God Love Our Passion, also analyzes this footage and mentions that a lot of the Las Vegas shooting videos are being taken down. He advises the viewers to save a copy of the video footage he provides to clear later misconceptions. So, even digging around a little bit, I saw a video that I can't find anymore on YouTube myself about there were 3 helicopters, and there was a flash coming from these helicopters.
Right.
And they were lined up in such a way that the Mandalay Bay was in front of the helicopters, but they were hovering just above. So the theory is there that the shots were coming from those helicopters.
Really?
Yeah. And now what complicates this even more is that there is ATC records that show the 3 helicopters left that night and turned off their transponders around that area. That's what's strange about the whole thing there. So number 5, this was the result of a failed sting operation. Police found several pounds of ammonium nitrate, a chemical used to make explosives, in Paddock's suite. A theory for this is that Paddock was setting up a sting operation to illegally sell ammunition and explosives to a terrorist organization, and the operation must have caused conflict in some way. A story posted on 4chain.org posted that an alleged police officer who claims to be a first responder to the case believes that this was definitely a sting operation gone wrong. He believes that the terrorist organization or people that Paddock was selling the ammunition to shot Paddock and carried out a terrorist attack. In addition, Paddock worked for several military contractors like NASA, which proves that Paddock may have had the reason to carry out his operation. Case believes that this was definitely a sting operation gone wrong. He believes that the terrorist organization or people that Paddock was selling the ammunition to shot Paddock and carried out the terrorist attack. This would explain why he had 40 automatic weapons, pounds of explosives, bomb-making chemicals, and materials in his car and in his room, and would also explain why he sent $100,000 to the Philippines just a week before the shooting. Now, this should be mentioned. Just before the shooting, a week before the shooting, in fact, he sent his girlfriend or wife or whatever to the Philippines, where she's from.
Wow. So
didn't mention anything about it.
Okay, this is going to make me sound totally insensitive, and I'm sorry. So people in the Philippines, could they be mistaken as Hispanic?
It's possible, I guess. It would be kind of hard. The Filipino people are kind of like they're Asian, right?
Right.
And so, I don't know. I guess it's possible that you could confuse them if it's dark, and it wasn't nighttime.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
true. It is possible. In addition, Paddock worked for several military. I'm repeating myself now. So that's. Like I said, I'm going to dig more into this because this has piqued my interest as far as I remember watching on YouTube when it first happened several cell phone videos where you could clearly hear multiple gunshots in locations. Now, I don't think that this is going to be one of those things where we're never going to be told the correct truth. You know what I mean? So speculation is really all we have. All we can do as folks that report on such things is dig a little deeper and find what we can find that's already on the internet. Now, tying in with this story, there are 5 witnesses that have died mysteriously shortly thereafter. Dennis and Lorraine Carver, Lorraine Carver. Lorraine Carver allegedly wrote on her social media that her husband protected her from the shooters. Carver and her husband Dennis were killed on October 16th, 2017 in a car accident near their home in Marietta, California, when their car veered off of a curve in a road at 10:50 p.m., striking a metal gate and catching fire. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. I do remember this one because it made a pretty good sized story because the daughter, I think, was home or something like that, and it was just down the street.
So she was. This was tied into the Las Vegas shooting.
Yeah, they were there. They were home. They were at the shooting, and they were a key witness. Yeah. Okay. So, Danny Contreras on October 23rd, 2017, police and fire personnel discovered the body of Danny Contreras, 35, who died of multiple gunshot wounds in a vacant home in Las Vegas. Police said they believe the homicide was narcotics related. A now suspended Twitter account, apparently being used by a person using the name, posted that he was lucky to have gotten out of the concert alive after being chased down by two men with guns. However, there is no evidence that the homicide victim was the same person who wrote the tweets, but it is strange that a person who was at the concert, a witness to something different than the narrative, ends up dying a week later. Kimberly Sukomo.
Yes.
All right.
Sounds good.
28-year-old Kimberly passed away in her sleep a week after the massacre, according to her grandmother.
I snorted, sorry.
Who found her in her bed in Apple Valley, California on October 9th, 2007. Kimberly had seizures and was taking medication for a tumor. She was apparently experiencing trouble sleeping as sounds and images of the massacre would terrorize her at night. She drew the attention of conspiracy theorists with a now private Facebook post attributed to her in which she said that there was more than one shooter, writing, "We couldn't hide because they, and I do mean they, were chasing us." So John Bauman, on October 4th, 2017, Bauman, 60, shot and killed his severely disabled 27-year-old daughter in the backyard of their Fairport, New York home before turning the gun on himself. There is no connection between the tragedy in Las Vegas other than they were there, or that he was there at the shooting. Reports varied about how Paddock was killed, with some initial statements saying he was killed in a police shootout, with the official story now saying he turned the weapon on himself.
Yeah, see, I always thought that he committed suicide.
That's what I've always read and heard. But looking at some of the sweet pictures directly after, it really kind of looks a little staged to me.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna have to do some digging on it because that's something I've never really looked into. Years ago, after I think the name of the documentary was Loose Change, talking about 9/11. I did watch some of that. I didn't watch all of that. I don't mean to sound closed-minded, but I don't think, unless something major comes to light, that there was no hologram that crashed into the World Trade Center. That was an actual plane. Yeah. Two of them, I saw them. Yeah, it was on TV, but I saw it, and I do not think that was an inside job. Now, blowing down Building 7, definitely, absolutely. But as far as the attack on the Twin Towers, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't think that was an inside job.
I never understood how hologram theory came up. That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I mean, if it was a holograms, well, what they're saying is that it was a hologram flying in, and then you had somebody off site that actually pushed a button and made everything explode.
No,
so the
hole is very airplane-like.
Yes, well, and they're on the one side that they even showed. I mean, you could see the outline of the plane, Yep. And I'm sure if you had a skilled demolitionist, he could probably set stuff up to make it look like that. But there's I just don't buy that.
I don't believe it myself.
We got Pup back with us.
Hey, Pup.
Pup, I was trying to cover for you because he asked me on air in the last segment where you were and what you were doing. Yep. And I told him that you had diarrhea. And you come back, and the first thing you do is run in the restroom.
I did done some things in the restroom when I got back from eating. Close to diarrhea, but not really.
So, it's good. So, so far we've talked about Bigfoot, and we've talked about some conspiracies surrounding the Las Vegas shooting.
What's your take on the Las Vegas shooting?
I don't really know much about it, honestly. And I didn't know there was conspiracies about the Las Vegas shooting.
Yeah, there's a few. Like I said, this is probably going to be a couple episode thing because there's a lot of stuff to dig through. They're just giving you a little tease.
Well, tease is good, correct?
Yeah.
Little tease. Unless they take everything down.
Well, no, see that no, that's why you're supposed to save it and store that stuff away, so they can't take it down.
I got a lot of things to learn in this investigating thing.
No, not really. What about you? 9/11, you think it was an inside government job?
Absolutely not.
See, smart kid.
No.
Smart kid right there. There is actually some people that claim that it was, but I don't think it was.
I don't think it was an inside job at all.
What is that?
That is an ink pen.
It is an
No,
ink
no, this thing.
That is an ink pen.
That is not an ink pen.
Yes, it is.
It's an ink pen.
That is an ink pen.
That's a very big ink pen.
Yes, it is, because he's got tiny hands.
I do have very tiny hands. And it
Okay.
actually smells like tropical gummy bears.
That's good. Do you know if you have tiny hands, you should become a hand model? Have you ever thought about becoming a hand model?
I have not.
What? What's happening
I might
right
start
now?
doing that.
Well,
What do you mean a hand model? A hand model?
you don't know what I know. Come on, dude. You know what a hand model is.
You've done it before.
You know what I mean? That's like when they have the pictures and stuff in the magazines and stuff of
Right,
people
right.
displaying
so
rings and jewelry.
So
and,
very random. Why?
well, I don't know. He was saying he had little hands, or I said he had little hands. He agreed, and I said, you make a good hand model. You have no comment on that?
I don't know
Either
what
one
to
of
say
you?
about that.
I don't know how people would feel about my hands.
Well,
Just take some pictures of them, put them on the internet, and see what they think.
we're going to jump ahead momentarily. We may take a break in the middle of this, or we may just keep going. Who knows? We're flying
Just
by the seat of our pants.
Wild and crazy today.
We're going to talk about one section of the Great Awakening map that was made, that we were made aware of by our friend of the show and TikTok celebrity Rebecca Short. Have you ever heard of the Great Awakening map?
I have not.
Okay, you're in for a treat. This is basically what the map looks like. It's a lot of stuff there, and I'm going to zoom in on one section, and everything is connected on this map. And the section that I'm zooming in on is titled The Secret Space Program. We've talked about this a little bit on the show.
Yes.
Now, on this part of the Great Awakening map, in the Secret Space Program part of the map, there is a quote at the top of it that says, "After the Great Solar Flash, all secret space program infrastructure will be turned over to humanity." I cannot wait for that day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. The solar flash sounds like a terrible thing.
Well, but it says after it's over, we'll get all this technology. So
Well, we probably have to. I'd say everything on the planet will be cooked.
there you go. Well, some of the things, you have something to say?
Why would everything on the planet be cooked?
Solar radiation, sun radiation.
No, that's okay. Solar is a solar flash different from a solar flare?
Well, maybe.
know.
I'm not sure. Well, all right. So,
Well,
hey,
see, when I read it, I was thinking about a solar flare.
that's kind of what I was thinking too. But do you know what gamma rays are?
Yes.
Like when a star implodes,
Yes.
it shoots out,
Yeah.
Right.
and we wouldn't know anything about it until we were on fire.
Mm.
That's what's
true.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah. Well, in the Secret Space Program, there's a section entitled USAP, and that stands for Unacknowledged Special Access Projects, Anti-Gravity, Black Project Aerospace Corporations, Skunk Works, General Dynamics, Lockheed Martin, Human/ET Hybrid Cloning, Portals, the Interplanetary Corporate Conglomerate, IP Address Stargate Key, Advanced Healing Technologies. Let's see, I'm just going over some of them. Smart Glass Pads, the Mine Breakaway Group. Let's see, Air Force Special Operations Command, which provides personnel for the Secret Space Program. 0 Point Energy. It has a section that says Heroes of Humanity, and people that have exposed the Secret Space Program. Some of those are Corey Good, William Toppings, Peter Peterson, Sergeant Clifford Sloan, Brian O'Riot, Carol Rosen, Paul Hellyer. We talked about him. We've talked about him on the show. Edgar Mitchell, Henry Deacon, Captain Mark Richards, and, very intriguing. Again, if you've not heard of the Great Awakening map, just go to DuckDuckGo and Google Great Awakening map or poster or chart. And there's also, okay, what does that say?
Earth's ascension to the fifth dimension, the Great Solar Flash, was supposed to happen on December 21st, 2020.
So it didn't happen.
I guess not.
Well, hey, missed it by that much. Maybe we have another one yet to come.
There's still a lot of information here, so we'll revisit that.
Right. Also, on this, talks about the TR-3B, which services low Earth orbit space stations. I've recently been doing some research on a TR-3B, and do you know that there are claims that the TR-3B takes people to and from the moon?
I was not aware of that.
And, doesn't take long at all. So for them to do that. Have you ever heard of the TR-3B?
I have not. It almost sounds like something from Star Wars.
Well, wait till you see a picture of what the TR-3B looks like. Now, and we really have these ships. These are in the Navy. There's patents on them and everything. This is the Navy TR-3B. I think, how many do we have? 3 or 4 of them?
That's amazing.
I'm not exactly sure the number.
But I have heard about that. So going right along here, let's see. Well, we're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the secret space program that is featured on the Great Awakening map. And we're going to talk about some particular just random things that are on the Great Awakening map. Light bulb going off.
Okay, so it's not so to speak, like a solar flare or anything like that. It says on December 21st, 2020, our entire galaxy will move into the fifth dimension.
Okay.
Also known as the New Age of Aquarius and the Sixth Golden Age. On this evolutionary day, planet Earth will enter the celestial age of spiritual awakening.
Now, that was past December.
December 21st.
Okay, now, if you go back and you look at what some of the conspiracy theorists say, that, we're off a few years.
Yes.
In our calendars, so.
It's possible, yeah. Yeah, it's strange.
Could be this December, could
I've
be
heard
next
that too.
December. What?
That we're off on that calendar.
Yeah. What have you heard about it?
Well, I used to watch a show on History Channel. I forgot what it's called. Ancient Aliens.
Okay.
Oh, that's a great show.
Yeah. And they were talking about how there was this calendar, and we were behind on it. I don't know much about it. I forgot some of what they said, but I do remember them saying, we might be behind on that calendar.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there's so many different ways to keep track, and there's so many different civilizations that have kept track of time. The Mayans, and then I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, there are so many different calendars. It would be hard to say exactly where we're at, I guess.
Yeah.
And some of them are probably wrong.
Well,
Sure,
you're exactly right. We're not going to take a break. We're going to stay right here
Let's do it.
and finish this out. Okay, so let's go back to the original, to the start of the secret space program. Okay, the start of the secret space program started with what some believe was Operation High Jump.
Yes.
We've talked about that on the show. Pup, for you, if you don't know about that, Operation High Jump was in 1946. The U.S., Australian, and New Zealand Defense Forces sent over 4,000 plus troops to Antarctica, the largest operation since World War II. Officially titled the United States Navy Oceanic Developments Program, which was from 1946 to 1947, a United States Navy operation organized by Richard Byrd. Operation High Jump commenced August 26, 1946, and ended in late February of 1947. Task Force 68 included 4,700 men, 13 ships, and multiple aircraft. The primary mission of Operation High Jump was to establish the Antarctic Research Base, also known as Little America. Disclosed information claims that the German Vril Society had an underground base in Antarctica, and when they resided, that's where they went to after they resided from their defeat of the Army, the Nazis, after World War II. Leaked intel also indicates that the main purpose of the operation was to infiltrate that base and get advanced technology, also known as the Nazi Bell. The operation was not successful with an unknown loss of life. Now, this is a true story. UFOs and Nazis symbols have been mentioned by whistleblowers. Most information is still confidential. You know, and that's something that I think that is really funny. I mean, this happened in 1947, supposedly, on this date. You've got information from 1947 that is still classified in 2021. What could they possibly have found that they need to keep a secret that many years later?
I agree. It's
I mean, what? That's almost, how many years is it from 47? It's coming close to 80 years, right?
yeah. Well, it's 80.
I mean, it's not 80 exactly.
It's 76 years.
So you know, I mean, but
It's either
why,
76 or 84.
you know, but why would you have that information still classified in 2021?
Because something was there.
You know,
It could have been a number of things too that they have found.
What do you think they found there?
It's honestly, it's hard telling. It really is.
This article goes on to say that the operation was not successful with an unknown loss of life. UFOs with Nazi symbols have been mentioned by whistleblowers. Most information is still confidential. It is a very big secret. All leaks have been forcefully suppressed to hide the truth of the Nazi infiltration of the U.S. shortly after the war, later becoming deep state. The secret society retaliated by appearing in Washington above the White House. A compromise was met, and the age of the military-industrial complex takeover began. Massive corporations and military manufacturers allied with the secret society, which eventually led to the cabal's takeover of the U.S. evidence, is now showing that the military-industrial complex owners, such as the Bush family, had dealings with Hitler prior to the war, approximately 1936. Eisenhower tried to warn us with the non-terrestrial technology leading to successful contact and communication. Now, that's basically just a little background on when the secret space program started. So the military-industrial complex, military-industrial complex secret space program was renamed Space Force later this year. Were you aware of that?
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yes, it was. Operated in near-Earth orbit and is run by the U.S. Air Force, DIA, NRO, and NSA. It was designed from the very beginning to be disclosed at some point as a limited rollout to hide the deeper level secret space program, hence the deep secrets and so forth. The secret space program originated with the DIA. It developed separately from and works with the Naval Secret Service space program.
Well,
now,
the Navy,
do you actually believe the Navy has a secret service? A secret space program?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
The Navy is wrapped up in everything
Yeah.
extraterrestrial.
So is the Air Force.
yes, they are. You know,
Well, and what I'm kind of thinking is, well, obviously the Air Force was running the Space Force now, so
yes,
they're obviously handling that. But the Navy, we don't know anything about under the water. I mean,
No,
it's
we do
possible that there are civilizations under our water, and they, I don't know.
Definitely.
What if the Navy is the gatekeeper?
I don't. Hey,
They're the gatekeepers, man.
It could be true, I guess. So,
Any Navy people who want to blow the whistle, please write in.
yeah.
Goose at here@chewbubblegum.com and Cronkite here@chewbubblegum.com.
You can always call, text, or leave a voicemail by calling 606-373-3396. That's 606-373-3396.
And we'll keep you anonymous if you're Navy personnel, and we will certainly welcome the gatekeeper stories.
This story goes on to say that the military secret space program is made up of different military and intelligence groups that have varying levels of knowledge of ETs. Some groups think there are only 4 or 5 visiting us. Some groups don't even think that there's any visiting us. Some groups think that they've been here for thousands of years. The top brass of each branch has basic knowledge of 50-plus other ET groups that have visited us. The knowledge goes back to the 60s and was standard information in the briefings for then NATO and the DoD. What do you think about that?
There's 50 different species? Is that
Yeah.
what they said? Wow.
Yeah.
I do believe that they've been coming here for thousands of years, and I do believe that probably humans are in some way hybrid.
I think that's possible.
But I also do believe that we came from Mars originally.
Well, I don't know if we came from Mars. I mean, anything's possible. I do think there's a lot about Mars that we don't know.
I agree with that.
I think there's a lot about Mars that we don't know.
Yeah, for sure. That it definitely had an atmosphere at one point, liquid water.
Yes.
It's very possible that there was a civilization there.
Yeah, there is.
There is currently.
There probably is.
I think there is too.
I mean, yeah, could be.
Because they did find water. I mean, it is possible. It's very possible that there's living creatures on Mars.
Sure.
Because they did find water, didn't they? They did
Yes.
find water. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, and they found those.
Well, it's frozen, but it's there.
It's there. It's
Well,
still there.
But that's what I'm saying is like it had an atmosphere similar to Earth at one point. So it's very possible. I would think in my mind that it would. I would almost say that civilization knew that there was something coming, an asteroid or
And they got out of there.
and they left. Of course, they left, or
Maybe they got destroyed.
and they came here,
Right.
the next closest inhabitable planet.
Well, this part here, let me read this and get your opinion on it.
Okay.
And then before I get your opinion, we'll explain to Pup why this is so significant and important. Also in the secret space program is ARVs, Alien Reproduction Vehicles, or SSP crafts, secret spacecrafts, such as a triangular TR-3B. Like a craft have a number of weapons, including a weapon that emits huge electroplasmatic energy bolts like lightning at their targets. I think similar platforms or UFOs have been reported in the 80s and 90s, and they were the first building out of these platforms that have modular weapons and personal delivery systems or configurations. Now, the TR-3B, as we've said before, it was spotted all over in the 80s up to the 90s.
Yeah.
The military, did they finally say that it existed, the TR-3B, or have they never said it had existed?
I believe I've heard that they've said it existed.
Okay. You
but
don't know what year that was,
I
do you?
have no idea.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go.
That could be what some people have said that they seen in the sky, because I looked at the picture that you showed me, and I mean that looks really similar to what some people have said that they've seen in the sky.
Yeah.
Maybe they're testing them, flying around in these areas, trying to see how they do and how they work.
Sure.
You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
They got some daredevil in there flying it. But,
Oh, yeah. Let's see. This report goes on to say that these were built on a superstructure type frame a long time ago when they have been improved on. They have been
Sorry.
improved upon. What was that?
Blew my nose.
Oh,
on the
okay.
microphone.
Okay. They've been improved upon since, but are pretty old technology, both the TR-3B and the Square platform. This is a craft that is a personal transport shuttle that transports 300 people when carrying lower deck cargo, or near 600 people when transporting personnel only. I believe Reagan was most likely referring to some of the military personnel carriers that was designed to deliver just below 300 special operators and their equipment anywhere in the world in less than an hour.
Wow.
where did
that's
they
what-
get that technology?
That's what he was talking about.
Yes, it was. What we were going to explain to you. You know who Ronald Reagan is, former president.
Yes.
In his Reagan diary, he wrote that, and I'm paraphrasing, but he wrote that he learned from the nation's top scientist was it 85 or 86 he wrote it? I think it was 86.
Yeah, I believe it was like 86 or 87.
He wrote that he had learned from the nation's top scientist that our shuttle capacity could orbit 300 people in 1986. Now, you've got a story talking about the secret space program and their advanced alien reproduction vehicles, and they're saying what Reagan said.
But they're also saying that those are old. Those are old designs.
Yes,
So
yes.
who knows
They
what we
could be
have right
just
now.
saying
Yeah.
that, though.
But could you imagine get any 300 plus people anywhere in the world in less than an hour? So you're talking an hour and a half. You could probably make it to the moon
Yeah,
on a TR-3B.
that's pretty intense.
That's very intense. This goes on to say it was a rapid deployment shuttle for extreme circumstances that could deliver Delta/SEAL teams / forces undetected via the secret craft that had a huge stealth shuttle with electrostatic magnet gravity cancellation.
Now, here's the other thing that kind of makes me mad about this is why is this not more commonly known? You think about the early days of the Iraq War and the Afghanistan
Yes.
War, and how many hostages were taken and then brutally murdered.
Yeah, yeah.
And we could have, if this is true, we could have intervened within an hour.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
No. Not according to this article. Like you said, we could have intervened in 1 hour.
Very upset with this.
Do you know what that plane kind of reminds me of?
What's that?
The U-2 and the B-2 Nighthawks.
Well, there's a lot of people that say it's based off of those original designs. So,
And I think what's the fastest plane we have?
like
Right
right now,
SR-71
Is that what it is?
that we know of.
east to west coast, how long would it take the SR-71?
It's like 3 hours.
Is it this one?
No, it's faster than that. It's like
faster
an
than that.
hour. It's like
Because
40.
I read
Yeah.
that this one's the fastest plane.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
that's
it.
That's it.
It's like 45 minutes to an hour. something
Now,
like that.
and that technology was developed in the 50s.
Yeah, that thing's been around since the 60s. I
Now,
think.
think about that. You've got technology from the 50s or 60s, 50 some years ago, and can go east to west coast in 1 hour.
Yep.
All across the United States, east coast to west coast, or west coast to east coast, in 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
And think about how old that technology is.
That's because it was simple technology, though.
Yeah, right. Simple technology. And,
Yeah.
and that was, and safely to say, that was 50 plus years ago that first became.
Yeah,
You're probably talking about they've got technology now, 10, 15 minutes.
sure. Yeah, I
And
would
it's,
say so.
and it's called the TR-3B.
Yeah, I believe so.
Let's see. Next on this list, and the secret space program heading on the Awakening map, it talks about advanced healing technologies. And it just goes on. Let's see. Well, actually, I've printed the wrong thing off. We'll skip to the next one. That's my bad.
Okay.
I just pulled a Cronkite. You like that?
What?
You like that?
What are you?
I printed the wrong thing off.
What are you getting at?
What?
What are you saying?
I had wrote down in my notes advanced healing technologies, and then when I pulled the article, I guess it auto-corrected in advanced heating technologies. So I really don't.
You gonna teach us how to
I really don't need to read about
heat a
that.
house?
Yeah.
Eat a house.
All right, let's go down to the next one on the list.
Hey, what you want to do is you want to turn the water on and boil it up, and then you put your pasta in.
That's not how you heat the house.
That's how you do it.
No, I put it in the microwave.
You don't know that?
Yeah,
Read.
I do. I put it in the
Read.
microwave. But the next one on the list that I did mention when we were going over it is the smart glass pad. Have you guys heard about that?
You mean an iPad?
No. I'm talking about a more advanced iPad, the smart glass pad.
No, I've never heard of that.
Never heard of it either.
Smart glass pads are available on Solar Warden research vessels. They act as dumb terminals which connect two databases. The glass pads looked unremarkably pieces of plexiglass, but they can be interfaced with bioneural and optical. The device has a bioneural interface
Binaural.
which connects with the user and displays information in their language. Information can be accessed by thinking about it. Highly technical research data was available. Photos, videos, audio, and articles can be accessed. Some of the photos and videos were holographic. Text is displayed in the user's native language. If the information the information one seeks is beyond one's need to know, it will display a blue screen. The smart glass pad could be accessible to two databases, a military database and a Nordic database. The glass pads are also used by, personal devices used to stream music and movies. The smart glass pads have main articles followed by reference links or a footnote section at the bottom that comes from each group that provided data for the article. The footnotes were different from the secret Earth government syndicates that made this technology available. So as of right now, there is, and I guess for the last almost 20 years, there is technology on the solar warden vessel called smart glass pads. Now, there's actual pictures of this. You know, you have to dig a little bit to find them, but you can find actual pictures of this.
Well, I want one of those.
And a guy I named off as a whistleblower on the list that I read, Corey Good, a secret space program insider and whistleblower, claims to have worked in highly advanced programs during his lifetime. He allegedly spent over 20 years in various programs from 1987 to 2007, where he encountered and termed smart glass pads. These were devices provided to secret space personnel for the purpose of information and other field work. According to Good, they contained a wealth of information, data that would otherwise be classified as above top secret.
Wow.
And those are the smart pads.
That's pretty cool. I wish they would make a civilian version.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
You know, and so think about something for a second. You know, we've always said on the show that we're 50 to 100 years behind military technology.
Yes.
And so the iPads that we have today,
Yes.
50 years ago, I'm going to do the math real quick. You and Pup have a conversation and talk there.
Pup,
What do you think about the smart glass pads?
I want one. And
I kind of want one too.
I'm assuming that there are mobile, like you just hold them, and so it'd have to operate on like a Wi-Fi Neuralink kind of thing, right?
Maybe.
So,
maybe.
I mean, that's pretty cool. So you can probably see through them, and then
Yeah. I mean, it looks like stuff you see in
the movie.
Yes, exactly.
well, I'm looking one up right now
And,
because I want to see it.
Well, did you go to DuckDuckGo?
I did.
Okay. But the iPads that we have today, if we're 50 years behind, the military was using those like we have today in 1971.
Yes.
So, and I believe that was possible. I really do. Even though some people will listen to this and they'll be like, well, the space shuttle landed on the moon 1969. We had all that stuff. No.
You know, it's kind of crazy to think about it, but we had such a big technology boom. I forgot what year was it that we started having that huge like technology.
It was a couple years after Roswell.
Yeah.
So it was like 1949, 1950.
Yeah. I heard I was watching a show about something, and it said that we had that big technology boom after that UFO crash or something like that.
Yes, I mean we had so much
TVs,
technology come after that.
Computers, phones.
You know, let's see, fiber optics.
Yep.
The transistor, Kevlar body armor. What else? I mean, this is just stuff off the top of my head. Night vision. Night vision. Yeah. We had so much
Velcro.
And it just kept
Velcro.
going and going
and it's still going. You know, it is still going.
So just imagine, you know, if these things do exist, imagine what their technology is compared to ours.
Exactly.
Like, we're probably way behind.
Way behind. I mean, you know. I mean, honestly, if it was 50-some years, okay, since they've been using iPads, I would guess, I'll go out on a limb here and guess within the next 5 to 7 years, we'll have smart pads. They might not call them smart pads, but I think they will be available for the public.
I hope so.
I think
they're tired of using it and they're going to get something else. That's what
have you found pictures of them?
No, I'm trying to.
Okay.
Having an issue.
Did you go to DuckDuckGo?
I did.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a break and come back and I guess wrap the show up this week. So we'll have just an open segment between us three and just sit back and enjoy each other's discussion.
Yeah, it just kind of looks like an iPad.
Yeah, see? So, it is
a cooler
very,
iPad,
very
though.
cool. Oh, it's very cool. So we're going to take a break and we'll be back in just a moment.
Pretty girl on every corner. Sunshine turns the sky to gold. Warm, it's always warm here.
Are you a horror movie fan?
Yeah, I dig horror movies.
Are you searching for a great internet horror talk radio show to listen to?
Well, sure, that sounds quite spiffy.
Then you need to tune in to deadpit.com. It's the original horror talk radio show. Dead Pit is a show by the fans and for the fans. Uncensored and unbiased opinions are the goal of the show, giving fans honest reviews on new films and vintage classics of the horror genre. Make deadpit.com your #1 horror station destination.
Hey everyone, this is Goose from Here to Chew Bubblegum. I want to tell you about my friend T-Shirt Joe at fastcustomshirts.com. T-Shirt Joe is your go-to guy for all your custom work. Also, you can check out their website and find artist originals, college shirts, comics, famous folk, fetish, military, movie shirts, occupations, podcast and website shirts, plus he has face mask and many other items over at fastcustomshirts.com. While there at their website, you can sign up for their newsletter. Or you can give Joe a call at area code 361-814-9212. That's 361-814-9212 to contact my friend T-Shirt Joe at fastcustomshirts.com.
You're listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum with Goose and Cronkite.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Near the entrance. Has a shotgun. White male, 30s, long hair.
Mama don't like tattletales.
Wearing sunglasses.
And welcome back to Here to Chew Bubblegum. Mama don't like no tattletales.
You know what I noticed there?
What's that?
How many shots did he take?
A lot.
He never reloaded, did he?
No. He didn't have to. It's Roddy Piper, man.
I got you.
He didn't have to reload.
I'm with you.
Good, thanks.
I don't know who that is, so.
Oh, my gosh.
Generation Z. I told you he'd bring a Generation Z vibe to the show.
Roddy Piper, professional wrestler.
Don't know who that is.
Oh, my gosh.
Pup, let me ask you a question. Do you like wrestling?
I don't watch it.
Thank God.
No.
All right. Have you heard of Hulk Hogan?
Yes, I've heard his name before.
Okay. Well, Roddy Piper was right there with Hulk Hogan. Actually, he's, this is my opinion. I liked him better than Hulk Hogan.
Well, that's terrible.
Why?
Why'd you like him better?
Because he was just, he was a good guy. He really was. Even when he was wrestling in the old school NWA.
Is he still alive?
No, Roddy Piper tragically died, I think 2017 or 18.
Really?
Of cancer.
That's terrible.
But even back then, he was a bad guy in wrestling. He was a heel.
Yeah.
And this was in the late 70s, early 80s, and he saw this woman getting mugged with a knife, and he goes up and he beats the shit out of these guys. And there's a big article in it, so they naturally turn him into a good guy. But I think I've told you before, I met him in like an 07.
Yeah.
Real good guy, and I've got a picture of him. Real good guy.
Well, good.
And I don't know who controls his Twitter page, but years ago, before he passed away, I posted something on his Twitter like, "I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick. I've come here to chew bubblegum."
Yeah.
And this is years ago, before he even thought about starting the show. And he posted "kick ass" on it. You know. So.
Well, good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that's all right. I'm not a huge wrestling fan.
I'm not either nowadays. You know, back years ago, I used to be.
Talked about wrestling.
The old school stuff, I am. You know.
Ridiculous.
Whatever. Well, all right. What kind of stuff did you like growing up?
G.I. Joes.
Oh my gosh. Yes, growing up, I like G.I. Joes a lot.
So both of you guys played with dolls growing up. Is basically what you're saying.
It's action figures.
I was with the toy soldier grind. I don't know about you all. But
I actually played with G.I. Joes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So,
yeah.
Piece
They're pretty
shit.
cool.
Yeah. Well, what? All right. Every kid's got that one favorite toy. What was your one favorite toy?
It would either be between Legos or toy soldiers.
Legos are good.
Well, what about you?
Matchbox cars or Legos.
I bet you still collect Matchbox cars.
1,000% do.
See, I know you. I knew that you probably did that.
Yeah.
I had a feeling you did it too.
Listen.
Because I've seen them. You've got a really good collection of like.
First of all, both of y'all blown out your ass. They're worth money now.
Now, all right. Let me ask you, do you still have them in the package?
Some of them, yes.
He's got a lot of them.
Some of the old school ones you got in the package?
No. The old school ones that were like passed the old school ones that were like passed down from my dad, they were played with by him.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they
naturally, because your dad's a great guy, and
they are not in good condition.
But you still have them.
I do.
Have you ever thought about redoing them?
I have, yeah. And I might one day when I got time.
Well, you know, Pup's got tiny hands. He can help you out with that. Give him a little screwdriver.
They're actually modeling hands. So
Yeah, Pup's got the modeling hands.
That's okay.
I like having him here. You know, we're me and you're going back and forth, and he comes in. I like that.
I've always said he's a hype man.
I am
a hype man.
Yeah, he's a hype man.
Okay, well, like what? As far as like selling something?
No, he'll just hype you up.
All right, hype me up right now.
Well, you got to be going on about you got to be going on about something,
doing something,
and he'll be jumping in there and be like, yeah.
I'll be like that person in the background, like, yeah, go kick his ass. You got this. You do. Yeah.
That's Pup.
Okay, Pup the hype man.
Yeah, he's a hyper.
If you lose, I'll still hype you up.
That's true.
Well,
you almost had him. You almost got him.
You almost got it. You go again.
Go up and hit him again.
Yeah.
I'll be in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. Like, dude, go back. You got this.
Come on, we got to turn around.
So what did you guys think about the that last segment there about the Great Awakening map, some of the secret space program stuff?
I thought it was a little bit suspicious.
I mean, and there's a lot more on that map. That's just one section of the map.
No, it's it hurts my head. Like I have to take small breaks because there's so much stuff there.
Well,
and every subject leads to a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Well, I've not ordered one yet, but I am going to very, very, very soon. But fascinating,
yes.
Fascinating.
Yes.
I cannot say enough about Rebecca Short and her husband Chris for coming on the show.
Oh, yeah.
There a few weeks ago and talking about the Great Awakening map and
again, that's the Short Shit Show on TikTok.
Yes, it is. You ever heard of the Short Shit Show? Do you have TikTok?
Yes, I followed her on TikTok.
There's a few TikToks he's done in the past.
Really?
Are
you friends with us on TikTok?
I don't think so. What Bart? I think Bart's friends with.
I mean, come on, dude. Seriously.
Bart.
Say whoa. What's my name?
Heisenberg.
I don't know what it is on TikTok. I think it's just
No. What's my name here?
Cronkite.
Okay.
But I know what your name is on TikTok.
That's fine. But what I'm saying, don't call me my name on here.
I'm not.
He did twice just now.
Nobody called your name.
I know, it was funny.
I hate you so much.
I don't even know your real name, actually. I've never even heard your real name in my life. That was just a code name.
He's a hot man.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. Love it, man. I like that.
Yeah, he's a hot man.
I like that a lot. Well, you need to follow us here to Chew Bubblegum on TikTok. So
I will do that.
We'll get your.
I think he was trying to distract me from the TikToks that I have saved because.
Oh, so you actually have them saved? Oh, okay.
He has.
There's some. Wow.
Some good ones on there.
Some trends that
he deleted most of them, but
yeah,
really?
I deleted them. Some trends that my girlfriend wanted to do with me were leaked around the fire department for a while.
When he says leaked, he means he put them on the internet and people saw them.
Right,
no, they were leaked.
Right.
Well, no,
and by him saying fire department, he means that he works at a local Mexican restaurant.
Yes.
Well, it's not Mexican; it's Firehouse Subs. I'll just go ahead and say it.
Firehouse Subs.
Yeah. Yep.
Because we don't have a fire. Do we have? We don't have a Firehouse Subs here, do we?
Yeah, we do. That's where you work at. Well, I am trying to give your character Pup a backstory, and that's why I said you worked at Firehouse Subs. So,
God love him.
It's just called a backstory. So,
bless his heart.
Did you actually forget that you work at Firehouse Subs?
I did.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything else about it.
Hey, Pup, what's your social security number, real quick?
Why would I release my social security number on
I'd
here?
just see if you would.
What's your real name?
Everybody knows it now.
Yeah, he has said it the last two shows. So.
Unbelievable piece of shit, that guy.
Well, do you want to tell us about anything before we wrap this episode up?
Yeah, sure. On July 31st,
yes, sir.
You and I, we're going to be at the Pikeville Comic and Toy Con. That is a Saturday, I'm pretty sure, and it's going to be at the Appalachian Wireless Arena. You can get on their website, pikevillecomiccon.net. They also have a Facebook page, or you can contact the eStore and Comic and Tech Shop on Facebook, or you can call 606-263-4946 for more information.
That sounds good to me. I want to say special thanks to Carlin for all the voiceover work, CK, Uncle Bill, and the rest of the gang at deadpit.com. Justin Perkins of Talk Junkie. Be sure to check out Down on the Holler with Jordan and Brad, Seth's Daily Podcast. Also, don't forget about the Spooky Family Podcast, which is up and running now. For more information, just visit spookyfamilypodcast.com. I also want to say special thanks to Rebecca Short of TikTok and the Short Shit Show. Be sure to check out Rebecca's show. That'll do it for this week. We'll see you next week, and until then, so long for now.
Later, taters.
Thanks for listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum. Tune in next time as we dive deeper into things the government doesn't want us to know.